Hello, I'm Aloysius Caro, your host, and I'd like to welcome you to Trouble with Truisms. In this series, we're going to talk about common business truisms that we throw around like they're candy, and everyone feels and thinks like, oh, this is absolutely true. Let's go ahead and move along this way, and let's just practice it. The trouble of it is, oftentimes these truisms need a little bit of context, and they've been simplified down so much that they lose some important things that need to be done along with them. And that's what we're going to talk about in this series. Like, you've heard them before. Culture eats strategy for breakfast. Fail fast. What are some other ones? Hire slow, fire fast, right? Work smarter, not harder. And how about this one? Move fast and break things. So those all feel now, because they're so often used, that they're all true and we shouldn't question or challenge them. But that can get us into some really dangerous situations. And so what I'm going to share on this series is things I think we all ought to consider when looking at these truisms and trying to use them for helping us decide how to operate and move forward. Another purpose of this series is to get leaders to really sit back and understand things before they start relying on these truisms to guide themselves, right? The goal isn't to reject them. The purpose of the series is to get you to think about them in a broader context and a broader understanding about some realities that it comes when it comes to applying them. And so today, we're going to start with one of my favorites that I feel is extremely dangerous, and that's fail fast. So just think about that for a second. Fail fast. Very simple, very punchy, right? Gets to the point. And that might be the problem. Because do we really want to fail fast? Do we really want to fail? So it opens up a whole slew of questions, I hope, when you sit back and you sit there and think about fail fast. So let's take a look at fail fast and how it got so popular, where it came from. Well, so it originally came back to focus on, time and the importance of time. And that if you're worried about getting it perfect, and that's why you're not acting, that's a big mistake, because time is value. And you need to learn, and the best way to learn is actually try it and get feedback and inputs and more context and understanding. That's what helps you lean forward for success. Right? And it got really popular with startups, and with Eric Ries in the book he wrote, The Lean Startup. Now, I want to defend Eric. In his book, when he talks about failing fast, he qualifies what that means, and he explains the purpose, right? And it's about really validated learning and getting to that learning as quickly as possible. But also, he talks about setting up controlled tests, minimizing cost and risk and exposure, and doing things in a measured way to get the knowledge as quickly as possible, but also as effectively as possible. And that's the big thing with this truism. Fail fast, it leaves all that context out. When you sit there and you understand that you're going to try some things and there's going to be some mistakes along the way, first of all, calling that failure, to me, is not really failure, it's a misstep, right? And many big goals and accomplishments are made up of a multitude series of missteps when you think about it. And so that's not really failure. Failure to me is if you've done everything you can, went through, spent a lot of money, did a lot of work, and you come out with nothing. That's failure. But if you fail fast, in how Eric explained it in the Lean Startup and how business practitioners view it, it always has a goal of at least learning something. So if you're not successful with the total outcome goal, you've at least learned about what's possible, what's not possible, and how to take the next step. So that's the big thing about failing fast. It's all about context, timing, and understanding, and the nuances that go with it. So do I want to fail fast? Yes, but only if I have a goal to understand and learn something, I have a set target, I have minimized risk, and I can do it cost effectively. Then and only then do I want to fail fast. I don't want to do a big project and spend a ton of money and then fail at that. That's not success, and that's not what the truism, how it actually got started and got a lot of authority, right? So, do we want to fail fast? Yes, but with the right understandings of controlled exposure, controlled risk, controlled cost, learning goals, and then speed. Right? So it's not just about moving fast. It's about moving properly to learn, build knowledge, and continue along the path to ultimately to success. I mean, that's really what it's all about. So this was my first business truism. I'm going to share more in the future. I think I'll get better at it, but thanks for listening and considering my position on what fail fast really means, what you really should take away from it, and how it can be dangerous just to stop just at fail fast and not understand all the other context and nuance that's necessary to really apply it and use it effectively. Thank you.